Now, Citigroup has confirmed it is going to sell as much as $400 billion worth of non-core assets over the next 2 to 3 years. Joining us now with analysis, Daniel Alpert, the Managing Director at Westwood Capital. Daniel, did he do enough today, do you think, Vikram Pandit, to keep the show moving forward? Do you think the market will give him time to be able to put this plan in place?
Well, I think the market's going to have to give him a lot of time. The fact is that I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. He's a very good manager, and he's got a good shot here at doing the right thing. He stood up in front of everybody and said, basically, I'm going to hive off 20% of my balance sheet over the next few years. There's only two things you can do in a crisis like this. You can shrink yourself, and that's what he's doing, or you can raise more equity, and that's what he's doing. So effectively, he's taking both possible actions to try to restructure the company, restructure the balance sheet, and come back with his core operations, in which, quite frankly, even I, as a relative bear, know he can make money intact.
Are days of Citi as being this mega conglomerate now firmly over? Is that what he signaled today?
Well, everybody's focused in on the fact that he didn't use the word financial supermarket. I think that is probably intentional. I think that they are clearly focusing in on wealth management, the credit card operation. They're focused on banking for commercial companies, but really for the fee basis, not for the fee part of it, not for the asset part of it. And they can do a good job of that because they have a huge, huge worldwide asset gathering operation.
Do you think, I kind of get a sense that they're still getting to grips with what the reality of the situation is within this organisation. I was reading through the report earlier on, and a lot of the data dated back to 2006. Even the share price chart, which I think was on page 39, dated back to 2006. It didn't show the drop. Is there anything in the psychology of that? Should I read anything into that?
I just think it's very, very hard for a lot of people to at this point figure out where we're going in, from 2007, 2008 and into the future. You're talking about a sector where there are a lot of folks out there saying, this was a subprime crisis. The subprime write-offs were taken. This has been baked into the market. And really, it was not a subprime crisis. This was a massive, massive crisis of over-leveraging, fueling wild asset inflation in housing and in other sectors. Until there's some price discovery in those sectors, it's going to be very difficult for people to say it's over. I was thinking of a good metaphor today. The boxer Muhammad Ali, he used to talk about rope-a-dope, where he'd back into the ropes and then deliver the killing blow. The fact of the matter is that the financial stocks are kind of being rope-a-doped. The investors come at them saying it's over, it's time to bid them up, and then another fist comes flying in their face. And that's really going to take place for the next several years, in my opinion, at least certainly the next 12 to 18 months.
Not out of the woods yet. Daniel, thank you very much indeed for your analysis.